Ladies and gentlemen, broskis and broskettes, welcome back to another episode of Long Island Iced Swift. I'm your host, Swift Rider. Now, today's episode, we have a podcast with the very own Antichrist of Pro Wrestling, Mikey Rules.
Literally, my dumbass was like, yeah, they're actually going to see me throw up a hand sign. No, they don't.
What are you talking about?
I hate my life. I'm like thinking, oh yeah, this is one of those podcasts where they can see what I'm looking at them. And then I realized, oh wait, they can't.
I'm sorry. Okay, so how are you doing first off? How are you doing?
Life sucks and then you die.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? No, that makes sense.
My usual macho, you know.
That's cool. Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's get started. All right. First off, what federation would you like to see in return? Real quick.
Jesus. TNX.
TNX. Why?
Easy. It was my favorite Fed of all time.
But why was it your favorite Fed of all time apart from like every single other Fed? There's got to be some other Fed that like matched it even like close to it.
Nope. TNX is where I basically got my beginning. And it's where I became the thing that I am today, because I'm technically not a person.
Oh, so what are you then if you're not a person?
The fucking Antichrist of Pro Wrestling. What the hell do you think?
You know what? Okay. I'm not going to argue with the Antichrist of Pro Wrestling. Anyways.
The anti-what?
Antichrist.
Okay, because you said Antichrist, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna slap you to the Netherlands.
Okay, no, like, cause I'm nervous. I don't want you to all of a sudden like.
I'm not gonna freak out on you, dog.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, second question. Moving on. You basically picked up every single championship I can think of, but I'm pretty sure there are a few straps out there that the Antichrist, not Antichrist, wants to pick up. What are they?
Shit. You know what? I mean, I've set out to do everything I've wanted to do. I've won, like I said, I won all the belts I wanted to, but, now that things are different at RRPW, I am looking towards the United States or IWGP heavyweight belt for Hype Hybrid Wrestling, which is one of the better wrestling feds we have out there. I would recommend it. It's all death matches. It's so fun. Obviously, I'm trying to be world champion there. IRW, I'm trying to win whatever deathmatch belt they're creating, because I don't know what the hell they're doing at this point. They're talking about, oh yeah, here's the deathmatch division, and then, oh yeah, deathmatch division got canceled for the 17th week in a fucking row, because X, Y, and Z, or, oh, we don't have a weapon here. Dickhead. It's not that hard. It's called ass Trumps. It's called ass Trumps. No, I'm kidding, but, whatever the deathmatch belts are going to be in IRW, and kind of, well, that got announced today that RCW is bringing a deathmatch division, which is called Takedown Live.
Takedown? So, I'm done. What?
Yeah, I know. It's called Takedown Live. It's dumb, but it's great because now people who want to do death matches are going to get that spotlight in the biggest place, starting with people like me, G4 Benoit, and one of the biggest icons in all of wrestling, Nemesis Y2J.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my name for a second. Anyways.
Dude, I would consider you the shit stain that I walk on in Raw Wrestling.
Dang.
Before I considered you a legend.
Okay, point taken. Let's move on. Anyways. You've had an extensively long career in Raw Wrestling, but who would you like to thank for all of it? Any mentors or anything like that? Someone who basically just like helped you along the way.
Sonic X-Men.
Gee, already?
GH King, Sonic X-Men, GH King 98, Vader 434.
What happened? Okay.
3 guys. That's it.
What? Really?
Just those 3 guys. That's it. Nobody else. Not even people like Undead Brock. Not even people like goddamn Miz or Dewey or Dylan Brown. Nope.
Holy.
They were never my inspirations. In fact, I wanted to be not like them.
Oh, okay. So like you don't want to look up to them. You want to like look down to them.
No, I want them to look down upon the rest of the people and then have to realize, oh, they have to look up to me.
Ooh, okay.
That was always my mindset in wrestling, is I'm going to make you motherfuckers bow down to me. Yeah, that never happened. Basically, the worst thing imaginable is trying to think that you're better than everybody, and you got to remember that you have people who taught you what the hell to do, and they made you realize who you were.
Right, yeah, I get what you mean.
That's the problem, is that people don't remember. They forget their roots. I will never forget my roots, because if it wasn't for GHK98, who technically is my first big break in wrestling, he let me join his federation, and then ever since there, I evolved and came from that. If it wasn't for him, I would not be here right now. Vader, he's technically, and I will always remember him as my first real rival, because this is going back to 2002, where death matches were not a thing. This is going to where, I'm trying to think of like the best way to phrase it. This is not one of those, oh, well, he's, you know, just like one of my best friends. We were never friends. We were always rivals. That's a great thing about Vader, is that he would, no matter what, always want to fight. And I love that. Because him and I were the two big guys in GH King 98, same guy that I got my career from, in his Ring of Honor fed. If it wasn't for GH King 98, I wouldn't have had my first feud with Vader. Because of Vader, I learned how to actually, well, I can't say I learned how to cut promos, because God forbid, I make you actually look good in a promo.
Okay, we'll go with that.
That's not saying much.
Oh, wow, okay.
But, like, Vader, he was the guy that I really credit for giving my first feud. He and I got, like, we legitimately hated each other. We got to the point where our Ring of Honor title match was a no-rope, glass, barbed wire death match. Whoa. Yeah, I really thought I was pushing the envelope back then. Clearly, I didn't know what I was in store for later on in life.
Oh, ironic to be honest. I can relate, to be honest. Back then, I was in a fed, PRW, with a federation owner named iRepulsive. He's the guy that basically like started my he basically started my career.
Yep, iRepulsive was no stranger to me, and I'm no stranger to him.
He's a good guy. Anyways, moving on to the next question.
Yeah, you would know he's a big guy. You've been sucking his wang to get some title shots. I mean,
hey, we keep that in the DMs, alright, man? Alright, anyways.
So, I want you to realize you just admitted to sucking dick. You Nimrod.
What's going on in RPW with the whole... What's going on in RPW with the whole, you know, Suzuki gun and leaving Chaos Squad thing?
Suzuki gun?
Suzuki... No, you know what? I'll say how I want.
Suzuki gun.
Suzuki gun.
Get it right. You will put respect on our name.
Suzuki gun.
Suzuki gun.
Pow. Suzuki gun.
Anyway.
I like that.
Simple. I wanted to create a new era for myself. KO Squad, RPW is dead.
Oh.
Now, I roll with Suzuki gun.
But why? Why them instead of like Death Juice or Ammo Club or like the Foreign Impact, whatever? Why
the hell would I join a group of a bunch of overrated dipshits like Ammo Club?
Oh, oof,
Literally, I retired from clean wrestling, had to help out KO Squad, and yet I still beat goddamn Unstable Ken. For crying out loud, dude! I couldn't even beat Eddie Slayer on his worst day, and I beat Unstable Ken. Imagine what the hell I can do if I was actually a part of that damn team. Hell, I'd actually look like Void, maybe.
Unstable Sped. Sorry.
You have no room to talk.
Oh. Okay. You hit me close to home. Okay. Anyway.
I could do a lot worse.
Please don't. Alright, here's a question from one of the Ice Swift viewers named JB Grizzly. How long have you been in Chaos Squad and why did you join it? Could you explain a brief summary of your career in Chaos Squad until this point?
Okay. Alright, so if we're talking out of context in RPW, I joined... When the fuck I joined Chaos Squad December 31st, 2017. The original reason that I even did anything involving that. Here's the backstory. I was done. I was burnt out at Pro Wrestling at the time. This was last year. Yeah, I'm still here. We don't talk about that.
Yes, we will in this podcast. No,
unfortunately. That's why you have like 5 viewers.
5 viewers? I'll have you know I crack at least 10.
Dude, you're so dumb you can't even count up to 10 on your own fingers.
Yes, I can. I'll show you.
Yeah, if you put as much work into wrestling as you did your pocket... Oh, wait, they both suck anyway. Anyway.
Alright, answer the question, please.
I'm kidding. No, but Chaos Squad, the original plan was, at the time, I got retired by Adrian Black, one of my better friends. I was burnt out, but at the time, he wanted to do a big feud, a big blow-off feud, one last time in RWL, if I remember correctly. Yeah, RWL. So I was down for it.
I remember seeing that tweet. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the whole plan was, I was going to swerve, get my career back in just RWL. Just RWL. Remember that detail.
Okay.
And, we did the swerve. I came back that night. I joined up with Adrian Black. He's technically the leader of Chaos Squad, non-kayfabe and kayfabe. And ever since that whole swerve thing, they added me to the chat and they were like, alright, we're going to make this as real possible. Yeah, that didn't go well. RWL died.
Oof. Rest in peace, RWL. 2019-2018.
Did you... I thought you said 2019, and I was about to say, you dumb motherfucker.
No, you know what? Maybe you should fix your headphones. I'm just playing. I'm sorry. Don't fire me.
Maybe you should check your place, boy.
Oof. Okay. Alright. So, speaking of that, what is your real how do you say? Estimated time to retire?
I don't have one.
You don't? What?
To legitimately retire or to pull into the fake?
Like legitimately retire.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
I won't pull a fake anymore. Once I actually retire, I retire for good. At this point, I have been eyeing one time, and it will be Wrestle Kingdom 2 for RPW. That's kind of like, that's where I'm going to go from there, and whatever happens after that day happens. Does not mean I will retire at Wrestle Kingdom 2. Does not mean that I'm going to stay after Wrestle Kingdom 2. It's just, I don't know what I'm going to do that day. That if I even have a match, then I have a reason to keep going. If I have a match, and it's marquee enough where I'm satisfied and can keep moving forward, I keep moving forward. If I feel like I need to add something to it, I will do a career versus career match.
Oof.
I'd wind up ultimately losing because old school wrestling dictates you go out on your back in your last match. Not that Trish Stratus bullshit where she wins the title in her hometown and then retires the same night.
Okay. No more screaming into your microphone. Thank you.
I'll scream and do whatever the hell I want. You can't stop me. I'm all the way up.
Was that? Never mind. Okay. Okay, is that it?
Yeah, it's why I'm talking.
Okay, look, maybe you were pausing for adding a dramatic effect, but I'm not gonna argue with the Antichrist.
The only dramatic effect I'm gonna add is a punch to your face.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me now that I'm thinking about it.
No, that would be, I'm not going to ban you from KO Squad.
Alright, yeah, hey. Let's not mention that. Okay. So...
Yeah, how many times did you fall for that?
I fell for it too many times, man, okay?
You're too gullible, that's why we love screwing with you the most.
Y'all was cruel in the call that time.
It's easy. It's easy.
Y'all were okay. Anyways, so why did you return to clean officially after leaving it in the first place?
Oh, I'm not staying. It's only for RPW.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I don't do cleaning out of the fed. I'm gonna literally run down the feds that I go to. Other than RPW, Hype Hybrid Wrestling, which is just death matches. IRW, death matches. RCW, death matches. RPW is the only one.
Okay, but like, why would you? Okay, so why did you return to clean in RPW though?
Who said that I'm staying? Who said that this isn't one big ruse? Who says that I'm not doing this to keep GTW off of my trail until I use my rematch? Who says I'm lying? Who says I'm not?
Not a good time to say that on the podcast, but you know what? Hey.
Nobody knows what I'm gonna do.
It's the Antichrist. He can say whatever he wants.
The only thing that is for sure is that nothing is for sure.
But wouldn't that Never mind. So, moving on to the next one. Speaking of opponents, what are your dream opponents, to like officially fight before your last flame goes out?
Fuck. That's actually kind of a loaded question. I never thought about that.
I swift with them good questions, bro.
Now he actually got me with a good one. I don't have any dream opponents. I fought all like the big guys. I fought little people, I shouldn't say it like that. I fought smaller card guys. I fought the best. I fought the worst. I mean, there's not really much I can do when I've done a lot. I've actually done more in pro wrestling than people give me credit for and that most people have ever done. Because nobody can say that they've held the WRW World Heavyweight Championship, RWU Championship, TNX Championship at the same time.
Okay, but let's not go listing on your titles that you held, because then this podcast would be probably like 50 minutes long. But
yeah, it'd be longer than your career.
Dude, come on. Ow.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You are wrong. My career won't end. Not anytime soon, at least.
Keep telling yourself that, buddy.
Shut up. Anyway, so no dream opponents. No one. No one.
Not a single guy out there has intrigued me enough where I'm like, I want to face you. I've fought every major guy. At least that I've wanted to. I've fought everybody.
Huh. Okay.
Like, is there people that, like, I see that are making the rounds, that are making a name for themselves? Absolutely. Does that mean I want to face them? No. Huh. The problem is that people don't have the balls to step into my division and do what I do best. And that's deathmatch wrestling. Because frankly, the only people that are even close to my level are Dylan Brown, Cena, aka Dewey, and G4 Benoit. Everybody else in deathmatch wrestling, completely below me.
Wow. Spoken
and
like...
That's not speaking egotistically, because it's not ego if it's true.
So wait, but never mind.
It's not egotistical if it's true. It's self-confident.
I should have said that whenever back then I was in NGW and stuff. I should have said that. It's not egotistical. It's called being self-confident. That would have saved me a lot of trouble. Good time.
I just said G4 is at my level. Freddy, goddamn Nimrod. You want me to read through the list again?
No.
Dylan Brown,
no. Okay.
Cena or Dewey and G4. You Nimrod. Instead of being on your knees praying to God, in reality, you're probably sucking some dude named Jesus' dick. Get a life.
Uh-oh. Okay. Moving on to some other questions. What can we expect from your new upcoming federation, GCW?
So this is, I don't know if this is airing before or after GCW debuts. So we're gonna go with a safe. These are my plans for GCW. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna establish any titles yet. I'm gonna introduce the belts. Thing is that I'm not going to be setting up any matches that are like major. The first couple shows are to gain fan interest and to gain wrestler support. Once I establish who's going to be a mainstay and who's going to be a part-timer, I go from there. But my plan is that the first big thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a major deathmatch feud.
That's smart, because you don't want a part-timer just like being as your champion. Noah Jackson.
No, there will never be a part-timer in GCW that will be the champion. Right. I can guarantee that.
Okay.
And if they are part-time for a specific reason, like, oh, they're GMT, then you're not getting the belt. I'm sorry, that's how it is. You're not going to be holding a championship that you can't defend if need be on a regular show. That's just the way it is.
Okay, but okay, hold up. Speaking of that, you know how like hardcore titles are basically in other phases defended every single show?
Will not be a thing. These hardcore titles, the only hardcore title, matter of fact, is going to be defended like a goddamn prestigious title.
Okay.
There will not be open challenges. There will not be random gauntlets. Cough IRPW. There won't be random goddamn, 5 defenses and you get a minor title shot. Bullshit. The hardcore championship that people think of is not going to be the same one as GCW. Because GCW does not have a hardcore champion. It will have a Blood Master champion.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good name.
I'm that confident in whoever's the world champion that he will bring pride and prestige to my championship. And if he doesn't, well then, perhaps it's the changing of the seasons that will happen.
Okay. So, like, what are your plans for, like, Clean Con after that? You know how...
Clean?
Yeah.
Nothing is going to be, like, changed drastically. There will be 2 things, though. There won't be FCAs every match, and each match will not be, what do they do now? It's a 2 out of 3 falls every match, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Will not be a thing.
Oh.
Each match will be 1 fall in, 3 fall out.
Oh, so all TNX rules? Or
all TNX rules.
Cool.
Because I felt that those rules were fair. That if you got killed on the inside, you lost. If you got killed on the outside, you had 2 more chances. And if you complain, guess what? You can run your own company and do your own thing. Until then, kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass. He said that. Never mind. Anyways, so we're nearing the end of this podcast. Now that you've completed your bucket list that was back on your Twitter profile, what is next for MDK?
MDK, fuck, I forgot. I started using that now. But I don't have any big plans. The only real thing I want to do is I want to help establish myself in hype, to figure out what's happening with Takedown Live and RCW. But once I retire, GCW won't be going away. I'm going to run GCW to the best of my ability for as long as I can. Basically, once my wrestling career, in-ring career is over, GCW won't be over until I say it's over.
The party's not over until the fat lady dances. Not related
You're
to you.
You're used to fat women dancing around you, aren't you?
No. It's not related to this topic, okay? I'm just like... Anyways. So thank you so much, Mikey, for being on the podcast, man. It's been a pleasure. I'm not even gonna lie.
You know what you need to do?
What?
You need to fade away and classify yourself up. No, I'm not singing that. You know what you need to do? You need to remember one thing, the only true thing about life. Not that God exists. You can pray to your Allahs, but there will be one thing that's always for certain, and that's life sucks, and then you die.
Spoken like a true Antichrist, dude. I have chills down my backs. Holy cow. Anyway, guys, that was the podcast for today. Holy cow. I'm shivering. Okay, that was the podcast for today, guys. Thank you all so much. Make sure to drop a like on this video. Take that subscribe button in for a rough ride. I'll see you all next week. Take care. Spike your hair. I'll see you all next week. Sayonara, bros.